Welcome into Kentwood Ice Arena for a Saturday night semifinal matchup in the hometown Howie's Cup. A rematch from the round robin side. Fox Motors Bantam AA against the Fox Motors Bantam Minor. This is a 2011 age group tournament. Fox Motors Bantam AA asked at the last second to sub in for a team that couldn't make it. And has had a decent run here. 2-0-1 in round robin. Fox Motors Bantam Minor was 2-1 in their round robin. The only loss coming to this AA team opening the tournament. A 3-2 victory for them on Friday afternoon. Opening games of tournaments are never a good way to measure teams for sure, so we're expecting, or at least I'm expecting, a much closer match, or I guess it can't get much closer, but I'm expecting our Bantam Minor team to rebound and really want this victory. Fox Motors Bantam AA getting some last minute coaching from Coach Dave Van Drunen. Jason Duzendang on the bench helping out this spring. And there's photographer extraordinaire Terry at the end of the bench. All right, this game's set to start. 15-minute periods. Out for Fox to start. We will have Liam Day on the wing, Carter Stark on the wing, Boston Pollock on the center dot. Evan Moore and Blake Maringa are your D partners. Live from the Falcons' Nest here in East Kentwood. Fox versus Fox. Foxes will be the Bantam AA team. I'll be calling Motors as the Bantam Minor. Play begins in the Motors end. Fox is putting it deep into the corner. Carter Stark ties his man up there. Sent to the middle. That'll come out into the neutral zone. Chasing after that is Maringa. He'll stop and carry it back up the near side. Maringa across the red line. Gets it into the zone through his feet, but played by the Motors team. And offsides whistled on the Foxes. Tight angles here from the Falcons' Nest. Adjust some cameras, see if we can get the best view possible. Motors wins the draw. They take it mid-ice, chipped into the zone, now taken wide or near side. Backhand shot of Vitali is held for the whistle. A lot of these players on these teams have played together on the same team in the past. I know in early mite and squirt years when the age groups are a little more mixed. So it's fun to watch them out there again when they're a couple feet taller, maybe a foot taller. This one's played out by Richmond, played along the boards. Fricano there to help. Richmond finds Martsky in the middle, taken away by Motors. They'll rush it in, pass at the blue line, taken away by Martsky. He chips it back to neutral zone. Motors will regroup in their own end. Outlet pass near side, hard off the wall, held up by Moore. Deflected in through the middle. Motors able to dump it in on the far side. Maringa after it. He'll tie it up on the wall, take the hit. Martsky in to help. Motors digs it out. They take it on the near side. Pass in front off of Moore's skates. Richmond tries to bang it on the boards. Held in by the point man. Shot towards Vitali. Kick save into the corner. Martsky's the first there. Driven into the wall. There to help is Maringa and Fricano. Now Martsky digs it himself. Comes loose to Fricano. Fricano has his stick lifted from behind and Motors keeps it in the zone. That one deflected out as Martsky pressured. Motors, though, regroups here. Now cross ice at the blue. They'll dump it in hard. That'll wrap around to the near side. Vitali stops it there. It's hung up at the Zam door here. McAfee plays it. pushes it into the far side. Moters gets another stick on it. Martzke battles it away to the point. They'll dump it in deep. Held up again by the point. McAfee tried to dump it off the glass. Point man caught it and held it in. Martzke, though, is now going to clear it to Fricano. Fricano through the air to a waiting Moters defender, and they'll regroup and they'll catch Fox on a change. Into the zone. They stop high. Drop pass along the wall. Skates in deep. That's Lopshire over there. Lopshire, Richmond, Ayler. This is Ayler in the corner. He digs it out. Off the wall hard. That'll settle nicely in the Motors end. Oh, icing arm is up, and we'll get a D-zone face-off. Aiden Vitale in net for the Foxes. Up front, Bryce Winters, Parker Lopshire, and Miles Ayler. Wiedenoff and Mason Day on defense. Good to see Mason back after a little lacrosse today. Wasn't sure if he was going to make it. Motors clears the puck out of their own end. Bryce Winters gets back on side, and Ayler brings it in. Ayler holds it at the boards. Stick handles, gets it back to Wiedenoff. Lays a shot towards net, blocked by the goalie. Cleared behind the net by Motors. They'll take it up the far side, pressured by Winters. Into the corner, freed up. Penalty arm is up. And Winters will get whistled here for the cross check. Bryce Winters goes for a little break. Face-off will be pulled down into the D zone. Wiedenoff and Mason Day on defense. Ayler and Lopshire up front. Motors wins the draw. They go D to D at the point. Now they draw it into the boards, pressured by Ayler. Pass back to the point man. Brings it to the middle. Shot towards Vitale, gets through to the backboards. Rebound picked up by Motors. Into the corner. Wiedenoff ties it up. Motors digs it out. Now they find the man on the high slot. Over on the near side. Top of the circle pass in front. Backdoor pass. Couldn't connect. Motors moves it back out top. Shot towards Vitale. Kick save. Into the corner. Motors trying to move it out, taken away by Lopshire. You chips around the boards, played by Motors. Now in the middle, Lopshire taken away by Motors, and they'll skate it in. Takes it far side, drop pass to the point, centering pass, blocked by Ayler and chipped out to Lopshire. Parker Lopshire moves it ahead, one-on-one. Toe drags around the defender, puck goes loose into the corner. 35 seconds left in the penalty kill. Puck is deep in the Motors end. Pass through the middle, connects. Carries it in the far side. All the way in, up top. Played away by Ayler. Or I'm sorry, that is McAfee. Goes through a set of feet. Icing waved off. Motors gets it behind their own end. Bangs it off the wall to the far side. Halfway up, they'll carry it to neutral zone. Pass to the middle on the tape. Chipped away by McAfee, now taken by Smilanich. With speed in the Motors end, shot on goal. And sucked in for the whistle. Lucas Smilanich, one of the most accurate shots you'll find. He'll get it on net every shot. I won't say every shot, I won't jinx him, but kid can shoot from all over the rink. Taken away by Day. Day at the end line. Pass in front, looking for Pollock. Goes through feet. Day wraps it around. Tried to stuff it in at the post, but blocked. McAfee will hold it in at the point. Moves it back to behind the net. Smilanich after in the corner. Motors hard off the wall. Held up by Kuhn. Now it gets punched out, and McAfee will regroup it. McAfee turns. Pressured at the blue line, but carries it ahead. Across the red. Zone entry. Gets held up at the mid-wall. Dug out of his feet by Day. Day gets hit, and Motors takes it away. This is Reed Ottaway behind his own net. Looks for the outlet pass, gets tipped by Day. Motors chips around the defender, into the Fox zone. Evan Moore's there with a stick, stops the rush, gets it to Day, carries it in onside. Off some skates, and he's held up. Pass to the middle connects, they've got room now. Pollock pressuring, shot of Vitale, kick save, rebound, and they score. Moters opens up scoring. They lead 1-0 on the rebound goal. Martzke, Stark, and Day up front. This is Stark, chips it to himself on the near side. Held up at the red line. That's Fricano, I'm sorry. Fricano and Martzke. Dug out and Moters will move it. Pass to the far side, connects. McAfee pressuring, down into the corner. Pass in front, deflected. Martzke on the near side. Gets run into, but Moore will take it behind his own net. Moore carries it. Pass along the wall, looking for Fricano. Chipped out by Moters back into the Fox's end. That's Meringa. Moore now drives it ahead from the pass from Martzke. Moore puts it towards the middle. Goalie plays it into the wall. Martzke's there, holding it up there, 2-on-1. Jake maintains it on the wall. Fricano in to help. In the skates. Now it comes out on the wall. Martzke gets a stick on it. Little hit. Moters will now backhand one behind the net. And a hard one off the wall. Moore's going to try to hold from the point. Puts it back in deep. Played along the near side. Moters has a stick into the middle. Moore's going to play it. Neutral ice. Sends a pass to Lopshire, who dumps it in from the red line. In hard on it is Stark. Pass D to D behind the net. Moters will move it out on the far side. Pressured there by Ayler. Lopshire holds it up. Ayler can't get zone entry, and now Moters will take it ahead into the Fox zone. They carry it to the near side. Skates through defenders. Shot of Vitale blocked, and he'll snuff that one in for the whistle. D-zone face-off on the dot. Miles Ayler, Richmond, and Lopshire. Moters gets it. Point man sends a shot that goes wide in the near corner. Wiedenoff hard off the wall. Richmond chips it out. And giving chase is Ayler. Moters turns back at their own blue, and then they'll dump it in at the red line. Vitale settles it down for Mason Day as he rounds the net. Deflected into the corner. Moters tried to feed one to the middle. Intercepted by Ayler and put back to the neutral zone. Moters, D to D, cross the red line. Carried ahead, Moters shot, and they score. Ripped the shot through the legs, and they go up 2-0. Right through the legs of the defender. A good shot there. .655, and the Foxes trail 2-0. Wiedenoff in his own zone, chips it back to the neutral zone. Moters handles it, knocked down at mid-ice, but they'll move it in. 3-on-1. At the circle, pass to the middle, can't connect. Winters tried to lift the stick, but Moters kept control behind, puts it behind the net. Mason Day will carry it through. Day, pass to the middle, hits Pollock. Pollock across the red line. Cross blue, moves towards net, shot, blocked and cleared behind the net. Moters with it behind their own goalie, pressured by Smilanich. That one's played into the Fox's end. Mason Day will play it, the Moters gets a full shift change. Pass to the middle, deflected. Winters, though, got it to himself. Winters crossed the blue line, ripped a shot that hit some padding. Smilanich tried to play it. Moters gets it free. This is Jake Martzke fresh off the bench. Martzke drives it on the near side, takes it deep. Takes it behind the net on his backhand. Far side corner. Now he stops, carries it back, tried to feed a pass to the middle to Smilanich. Stick was lifted. Martzke with it again behind the net. This is Winters. Winters winds up, shot, blocked, rebound, carried in front, loose. Winters picks it off, pushes it to the far side. In Bryce's feet, now it comes out, and Moters tries to move forward. McAfee kept it in, goes in deep, Martzke in the corner. He's got Winters in front. Martzke carries it around the near side. Pass looking in the middle, here's Winters in the shooting lane, shot! Wide right, Winters behind the net battles, moves it out in front, it's loose, comes out to McAfee at the point, McAfee rips, wide right. Winters at the wall. Moters will move it out, and they're going to have numbers. Martzke gets back. So does Smilanich, and the Moters, though, gets a free shot on Vitale that went wide. Point man couldn't rip a shot, and now Smilanich pushes it ahead. Moters defender was able to get the loose puck, moves to the far side, held up by McAfee, and now Martzke plays it. Finds Kuhn. Kuhn hard off the wall. Moters gets it. D to D in their own zone, through the legs. Flying in is Fricano. That sent the length of the ice. Icing arm is up. And we will get an offensive zone draw. 4:27 left in the first. Like I said, this game very competitive between these two groups. And so far, Moters coming out showing that they want it. Martzke, Day, and Fricano up front. Meringa and Moore on defense. Face-off sent into the wall. Moters tried to move it up the wall. Now they'll have some room. Neutral zone, red line dump in behind Vitale. Meringa after it. Frees the puck to Moore. Moore stops, cross-ice pass looking for Fricano. A little long. Icing is waved off. Fricano chases behind the net. Moters gets control, and they push it through to the wall. Pass up through the middle, connects. Gets past the D, shot of Vitale, kick save, rebound, cleared out by Martzke. Martzke's tied up immediately, but pushed ahead by Moore. Moore has it, takes it wide. Drop pass to Day. Day moves it in front, back to Moore behind the net. Moore, drop pass to Martzke. Taken away by the Moters defender, outletted here. Held up at the blue line, but they've still got control. Off the wall, Martzke will get it. McAfee. Shot from the point, off Moore's skate. Played out by Meringa on the wall, gets it to neutral zone. Moters gets a stick on it. Martzke regroups to Moore in his own zone. Moore loses it, sends a backhand this side to Day. Day chips around. Moters clears it neutral zone. Taken away by trying to figure out, that's Meringa. Fox clears the zone, but Moters gets control. They go D to D in their own zone on the regroup. Cross ice pass connects, and then it dumps it in deep on the near side. Moore on the back end, sends it off the wall. Lopshire chip off the wall, but held in by Moters. Lopshire wrestles it back. Centers one to Ayler. Ayler carries cross blue, but has his stick taken from behind. And now Moters brings it back into the Fox zone. Pass to the middle, out to the point man, top of the circle. Aiden catches that and freezes for the whistle. .218 left in the first. Ayler on the dot. Stark and Lopshire, his line mates, puck towards the middle, deflected into the corner. That's Wiedenoff, played it ahead. Hit in neutral ice, puck is loose. Ayler has it at the red line, dumps it in. Icing arm waved off. Sent to the point, that's Wiedenoff. Rips a shot towards net, deflected by Lopshire, but into the back wall. Moters tries to clear out. Wiedenoff holds it up at the blue. He's pushed down, but keeps the puck. Gets it to Stark. Stark moves it to the middle. Finds Lopshire. Lopshire tried to feed Ayler, but had it taken away by the defense. Moters pass through the middle. Will connect, and they've got a break. Nice job, Mason Day, to get back Too close for comfort there. Wiedenoff took it away, and Lobshire's got space. Motors changing the D, so 2 raced out of the box. And now they've got fresh legs to move it forward. Wiedenoff pinches at the blue. Motors bangs it in, but Boston Pollock's off the bench. He's got it behind his own net. Drop to Mason Day. Day's pass gets picked off right in the middle. Shot of Vitale, he holds, but rebound is banged in. Kuhn and McAfee on defense, Richmond, Pollock, and Smilanich up front. Vitale clears to the corner to Kuhn. Taken away by McAfee. He curls back to the near side, shifts around the opposition, moves it ahead. Richmond off the wall. Motors, though, sends it back. Pollock goes in off sides. And with 35 seconds left, we'll do a offsides face-off. Just outside the Motors zone. Pollock on the draw. Richmond turns and tries to dump it in, picked off shallow and sent far side. Kuhn got a stick on it, got it to Smilanich. Lucas run off the puck, but Pollock moves it forward in his skates, and Motors takes it away. Into the Fox zone they bring it. Taken away by McAfee. He finds Richmond. Deflects into neutral zone. Motors regroups. Pass on the far side, deflected in to the zone. Kuhn carries. 2 seconds left. And that does it for the first period. Well, hey, Fox is in the lead. 3-0 your score. Motors over the Foxes. Second period is set to begin. Miles Ayler on the face-off dot, Parker Lopshire, Liam Day, Jackson Kuhn, and Dalen McAfee. Here's starting 5. Aiden Vitale net. 3-0, Foxes win. The Motors leading. Motors in white, Foxes in red. Play starts in the Fox zone in the far side corner. McAfee in his feet. Winters into help. Or I'm sorry, Ayler into help. McAfee digs it out, moves it on the wall to Lopshire. Moters sends it in the corner. They'll be the first there behind the net. Ayler pressures. Moters sends it around to the far side, wraps around halfway up the wall. Kuhn got a stick on it, but Moters holds it in to the middle from the top of the circle, shot right on Vitale, and he holds for the whistle. Moore and Meringa out on D now. Day chips it out to neutral zone. He's got Lopshire, hits him on the stick. Parker in on net, shot off the near side post. Gets his own rebound, puts it towards net, played out by the defender. Pass along the wall, goes long to Moore at the point. Moore carries it forward, now to the middle. Moore rips a shot on goal, and he holds for the whistle. Martsky, Smilanich, and welcome to the game, Braden Musley. Musley coming late from a baseball tournament. It's that time of the year, isn't it? Ball goes on to the ice. Referee smartly puts it in his back pocket. Moore plays it at the point, brings it back to the boards. Now to the middle, tried to get a shot, knocked down, and advanced in by Moters. Pass to the middle to an open man. Shot of Vitale, and they score. What a backhand shot there. Four to 0. Moters with the lead. Face off won by Foxes. They'll play it across the red line. They'll dump it in the zone, played by Mason Day. Day and Wiedenoff on defense. Musley, Martsky, and Smilanich up front. Into the corner, Musley trying to find Martsky. Musley has it at the end line. Behind the net, he brings it. Tries to find a pass, gets it to Martsky. Martsky tied up at the door. Musley takes it out. Musley centers it to Martsky. Musley on the wall, sends it behind the net. Martsky's there, curls back. Martsky skates it back to the near side, out to Wiedenoff. Wiedenoff over to Day, pressured. And Moters tries to clear, held in by Day. Chipped by Smilanich behind the net. Sent into the far side corner. Moters, pass to the middle, knocked down by Martsky. Loose, Jake has it, puts it towards net. Smilanich wraps it around. Lucas Smilanich stops at the wall. Puts it towards net, wraps around to Wiedenoff at the wall. Paxton carries it low. Finds Smilanich behind the net. Lucas sends it right back to the corner. In on is Wiedenoff. Martsky in the corner, takes a hit. That's Ottaway. Looks like some helmets were stuck together, but Moters with it now, advancing in the Fox end. Drop pass, scissor pass right in the shooting lane. Moters carries it. Pass down low, off a stick and into the corner. Mason Day gets taken off. Moters behind the net. Moters in front, shot block or wide. Wiedenoff tried to clear, held in by the point man. Sent in deep. Mason's going to get a stick on it. Sends it through the middle. Played by the defender. As he goes down, Musley goes down as well. And now played by Moters back in the Foxes' end. Mason Day back into the neutral zone, but brought back in offsides for a whistle. 11:21 left in the second period. Moters with the 4-0 lead. Big deficit to come back from. especially against teams at this level. But just need a momentum change. McAfee, outlet to the middle, goes long. Moters keeps it in their end, but Pollock holds it in. Richmond tries to play. Moters takes it behind their own net. On the wall, connects. Gets around the defender. Kuhn, though. That was Richmond that got back and held up play at the blue line. Skaters went in before the puck, so offsides again. Jackson Pollock on the face-off dot. Moters wins it from the red line. They tried to dump in, went off of, I believe that's Preston Moyer. Went off his elbow on the dump pass, and then offsides. Pollock wins this draw, pulls it back to Kuhn. Kuhn sinks low in his zone, tried to go back behind the net, but in front. Oh, good job getting back by McAfee to get a stick on that shot, and it deflects up into the netting. Jackson going for the behind the net pass, went off of the side of the goal. Gave Moters a good opportunity. Pollock wins the draw in the corner again. He gets squeezed on the wall, but sends a pass to Fricano. Elliot Fricano has it taken off his stick, pushed into the corner. Richmond is there. Moters frees it up. They take it on the side wall, held up by Richmond. Fricano there to help. Richmond gets another stick on it. Pollock's there as well. Now kicked into the corner. Pollock behind the net. Taking off the puck. Moters strips it from him. Tried to send it up the wall. Fricano separated the man from the puck. Shot on net deflected by Pollock and a save. Pollock gets the rebound back. Boston behind the net. Tried to center it. Got stuck on a stick. Pollock gets it back. Now he finds McAfee at the point. Draws a shot. Hits a player. Loose in front. Moters will try to clear. There it goes. And it's a race. Moore's got to go after it here. I think that's a tired penalty. Moore goes off for interference. Fox on the penalty kill with 9:42 in the second. Wiedenoff cleared it to mid-ice. Moters regroups. Pass on the far side connects into the zone on side to the middle. Backhand on Vitale, save, loose behind the net. Mason Day plays it, sends it off the wall to Stark. Stark trying to move it out. Moters holds it in as it goes cross ice. Point man sends it in deep. Mason gives chase. Now Wiedenoff accelerates it on the wall, but it's held in. Mason chases on the far side. Leaves it for Winters. Winters off the wall to himself, and these legs can skate. Winters trying to get... Pass through the middle is knocked down by Stark, but carried ahead by Moters. Sent behind the net. Mason Day on the wall. Held in by Moters point. Shot on Vitale, knocked down, cleared out by Wiedenoff. 24 seconds on the penalty kill. Moters has it, far side. They enter the zone. Cross ice pass. Pushed into the wall. Centering pass right down low. Pass in front. Taken away by, went through a stick. Bryce Winters there pressuring. Goes into the corner. Right out of the penalty box is Ayler. He finds Winters. Winters rips a shot, knocked down by the goaltender, and held for a whistle. Face-off sent into the wall. Fox back with 5 skaters. Lopshire tries to work it in the offensive zone. Hard dump intercepted by Motors. They carry it back. Dump in just across the red line behind Vitale. That's McAfee trying to move it out. Picked off by the Motors. Shot of Vitale's blocked. Loose in front. Now goes behind the net. Ayler gets a stick on it. Sends it into the corner. Hard after it is Lopshire. Motors there as well, though. Lopshire frees it up. Trying to find Ayler on the wall. Ayler moves it to the middle. Day gets a stick on it. Now rushes it ahead on the far side. Tries to get around. Has his stick ejected. Motors now moves it. Taken away by Ayler and Lopshire. Ayler into the corner. Ayler sends it soft behind the net. Motors is there. They'll carry it back on the far side. Ayler freed it up to Day in front. Liam shoots! Blocked by the goalie and held for the whistle. .704 left in the second. Martsky, Smilanich, and Musley up front. Motors sends a pass through the middle, connects. Smilanich with a mid-ice hit. Kuhn with the puck. Musley off his stick. Motors gets it back, sends it through the middle. Back into the Motors end. Defenseman takes it. Reed Ottaway curls back to the near side. Ottaway pass up on the near. Moore punches it away. Motors, though, able to move it out. Neutral zone at the blue line. Dumps it in behind Vitale. Puck settles down there. This is McAfee carrying it ahead. He's got a lane on the near side. McAfee gets around the defender. McAfee on his stick into the back wall. Motors takes it. Outlet on the near side. This is when they got to get back. Now it's a race. Moore after it. Gets a stick and pushes it into the wall. Hit by McAfee. Puck is freed up. Martsky gets a stick on it. Finds Smilanich. Smilanich passes to Musley just long for his stick. And they'll race into the zone. Musley there first. Musley behind the net. Has it on his stick. Centering pass to Martsky. Whiffed on a one-timer. That'll clear out to the neutral zone. Maringa gets a stick on it, puts it back to neutral ice. Motors regroup, pass to the near side. Back to the middle, connects. In zone, Moore's skate got a piece of it. Vitale flicks it to the corner. Motors. Moore takes it away now. It's his stick lifted. At the end line, pass in front. Loose in the feet, now taken by Richmond. Richmond trying to get around the defender. Offsides whistled. Little Nolan Richmond, Hunter Shell action there. Good job by Hunter. Caused chaos at the danger zone. Got himself a face-off. Motors takes it ahead through the middle now. Pressured by Richmond. Now back to the middle, still with control. Gets it on the forehand. Marion jars the puck and it's cleared to neutral zone. Chipped by Richmond. The Motors defender has to play it. Curls in front of his own net. Shell sends a pass along the boards. Moore's there. Moore in his own zone. Pass to Pollock. Off the boards to himself. Shell's there though and gets it back to neutral zone. Carried in by Maringa. Maringa has his stick lifted. Puck sent to neutral zone. Fricano from the red line dumps it in deep. Played on the wall by Richmond. Trying to find it. Elliot Fricano tried to dig it out. It comes out to Maringa at the point. Puts a backhand high into the corner. Richmond gives chase. Motors puts it in the corner. Pollock is there. Motors high off the wall to Fricano. Tried to feed Maringa. Motors moves it ahead onside. Backhand pass picked off by Maringa, but Motors will hold it in at the wall. Now they'll rush it in front. Moters rips a shot and they score. Five to 0, 3:47 left in the second period. Mason Day pushes ahead for Fox at the blue line, puts it back in, that goes around net. Moters will play it in the corner. D to D behind the net. Now through the middle, knocked down by Winters in his padding. Puck goes towards net. Played into the back wall. Winters gets it out on his forehand. Tries to feed a pass to Ayler in the middle, taken away by the Moters defenders. Hard off the wall. Wiedenoff couldn't get it. That'll go the length of the ice. Wiedenoff's there, curls back to the near side, up the half wall. Winters tries to push it ahead. Held in the zone. Wiedenoff is back. Now he clears the neutral ice. That gets past, and it's a rush. Clear out attempt by Moters, intercepted by Wiedenoff, and he puts it in deep. Behind the net. Moters on the half wall, into the corner. Pass behind the net, D to D, Ottaway. Back to the other side. Now back to this side, up the wall. Ottaway's pass off a skate, played by Wiedenoff. Sends it back into the shallow into the Moters end, and they'll regroup. Wiedenoff got a stick on it. Lopshire through the middle, maintains control. Parker tried to drag it through the middle, taken away by the Moters defender, and rushed up the ice. Across the blue line, pass off a skate. Moters gets it back, past the red line, they dump it in deep. Mason Day tried to pass to the middle, couldn't get it off. Lopshire sinks down to grab it. Off a Day's stick, race into the Moters end. Day chugging after it, on the wall. That's Wiedenoff sending it in deep. Day on the wall. Has it lifted from him, sent to the middle, picked off by Wiedenoff, sinks down to the middle, he's pinched off. Loose in the middle, Day has it on his stick. Liam's shot blocked and sent into the near wall. Moters hard up the wall, played in by Mason. Now cleared out. Taken away by Wiedenoff on the boards. Sends it to Day. Day advances it out into neutral zone. Moters with it. They'll go back up the far side. Through the middle. With speed, one-on-one. Gets around the defender. Shot of Vitale save. Cleared to the wall by Wiedenoff. Moters. Reed Ottaway dumps it back in deep. Mason Day gets a stick. Tries to clear. Comes out to neutral zone. 1 minute left in the period. From the red line, Moters dumps it in deep. Mason Day will get it behind Vitale. Mason's pressured immediately. Now taken out by Smilanich. Drive in by Moters, shot off the post. Caught in front, shot of Vitale's knocked down by Wiedenoff. Shot tipped, Vitale with a save. Loose behind the net. Martsky plays it on the half wall. Moters is there. Top of the zone taken out by Smilanich. Moters regroups. Pass along the far side at the red line. They'll drive it in with 10 seconds left. Top of the circle, shot knocked down by Mason. Mason rips it around the boards to the near side. That should do it for the period. Smilanich, though, 1 second left. And we get a whistle. Or I'm sorry, we get the buzzer for the period. 5-0. Moters expands their lead. Winner of this game advances to the championship game tomorrow. The other semifinal played later tonight at 7:45. The Howie's Hometown Cup. Third period started, face off. A scrum, but Moters will get it out. Pass deflected to Kuhn. Kuhn drops to McAfee. McAfee brings it back into the corner. Kuhn has to help. Takes it into the far side, gets caught on the wall. Pollock trying to chip it up. Fricano held in by the point. Fricano moves it here on the wall, held up. Richmond here to help. So is Pollock, now sent in. Motors regroups, takes it far side. Now they'll curl back. D to D in their zone. Pass to the D-man, now on the far side. Dumps in at the blue. Vitale plays it, gets it to McAfee. Dalen got some room. Tries to chip around, held up by Motors, and they take it away mid-ice. Into the zone, they dump it around Vitale. McAfee off the wall, trying to find Kuhn. It goes up the wall. Richmond off the wall. Kuhn's there to back him up. Kuhn will dump it in past the red line and get a shift. And McAfee. Pollock with the turnover. McAfee behind the net. He scores! Dalen McAfee with the goal. Ends the shutout. 5-1 now the score. Was a dump and change play. McAfee, a defender, went after it while his teammates were getting a change. Good idea. Pollock was there to help. Loose puck behind the net, freed out in front, and Dalen buried it. Tied up at the dot, Stark, Ayler, and Winters up front, Moore and Maringa on defense. Moore sends it up the near side, taken away by Motors. Neutral zone pass. Goes long, played by Maringa. He hits this is Ayler. Ayler streaks through the middle. He's got Winters with him off the back wall. Ayler behind the net, has it taken away by the defender. They'll outlet on the wall. They've got three guys on the break. On the far side, Maringa holds up play. Puck dropped at the blue line, but dumped in. Held up at the wall, chipped around. And chasing after that is Stark and Ayler. Motors wrestles it back though. Neutral zone, cross ice pass. Deflected but played around the defender. Hard in on Vitale, shot, and they hold for a whistle. Moters clears the zone. Maringa with it, neutral ice. Sends it off the wall, in onside. Moters, Lopshire steals. Moters gets it back. Maringa on the wall, sends it high off the glass, caught by the Moters defender. Lopshire holds it up at the red line. Moters takes it away. Maringa there, trying to get a stick on it, but brought in the zone. In on Vitali's shot, off equipment and bounced in for the save and hold. Face-off won by Moters. They get a shot that goes up into the netting. Apparently a 4-goal lead in the third means running clock. So the clock will not stop. 10 minutes left in the third. Face-off tied up, sent behind Vitali. Mason Day will play. Takes it in the corner, now skates it up. Pass through the middle, picked off by Moters. And they've got numbers. Shot towards Vitali's kick, loose in front. Cleared out. Point man takes a shot. Knocked down, loose in front. Rebound kicks to Liam Day. Day rushes it ahead. Day through the middle. Gets around the defender. He's held up. Taken away behind the net. Dump along the boards. Gets around the defender. Pass through the middle. Wiedenoff plays it. Wiedenoff curls to the far side. Tries to send a pass up the wall. Held up by Moters. Then they dump it in onside. Martsky will play. Martsky in the middle. He finds Lopshire, bounces off his stick, and Moters gets it back, dumps it in offsides. Pollock on the draw, along with Smilanich and Musley. Kuhn and McAfee on defense. Carried in by Kuhn. Taken away by Moters, but deflected to Smilanich. He puts a backhand that goes behind the net. Moters will play it. Comes out on the wall on the near side. McAfee holds it in, puts it towards net. Goes through to the wall on the far side. Smilanich there. He's double teamed. Musley plays. Smilanich there. Lucas has it. Lucas gets through legs, but he's held up. Penalty on Moters. Reed Ottaway goes. Face-off won by Moters. They're on the penalty kill. Musley, Smilanich, and Pollock up front. Smilanich wrestles it away. Taken by McAfee. D to D to Kuhn on the far side. Kuhn skates it up. Finds McAfee, sends it in the middle off skates. Kuhn frees it up. Carries it in the zone. Drop pass looking for Smilanich. Taken away by Moters, and they have a break. All alone in on Vitali. Aiden with a big stick, punches it out. Frees it to Pollock. Pollock gets around, takes it wide, now gets it to himself. Pollock shot, just wide of net. Moters will free it up to neutral zone. Maringa with a stick, feeds it to Moore. Moore, pass on the near side. Musley chases. Played by the goaltender. Chip to neutral zone, now carried by Ayler. Held up at the wall. Pass to the middle connects. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Foxes on the power play. Power play is run out with running time. Moters back with 5 skaters. Played by Moters at the end line. Out in front, it's loose. Vitale with a stick. Now Fricano carries it out. Fricano to the middle looking for Richmond. Goes long. Moters off the wall. They'll dump it in onside. McAfee sends it back to neutral zone. Jumps back in for offsides. 5:30 left in the third. Face-off won by Foxes. This is Richmond across the red line. Dumps it in, giving chase is Ayler. Moore holds it in at the wall. Richmond comes up to play it, taken away by Moters. D on the far side. Up the wall. Moters will pull it back into the corner. Now another pass around the near side in the corner. Moore steps up, holds it there. Behind the net. Moters with control. Ayler with a hit. Moters back behind the net. D again. Now a pass through the middle on a stick. And they'll carry it in. Taking off the puck. Moore puts a backhand. That'll clear the zone. Fricano got a stick. Richmond at the red line dumps it in deep. And they go for a change. Moters breaks it out, pass through the middle, through some skates, icing waved off. Vitale slows it up for Mason Day. Mason's pass to Martsky has it on the far side. Sinks down low, tried to center it, played out by Moters. Mason Day sends it around the wall. That's Stark freeing it up to mid-ice. Martsky gives chase. Martsky disrupts, dumps it in deep. Winters will meet his man behind the net. Left in the corner, Moters there. Pass through the middle, gets through the defense. Mason Day chases. Mason pressured, put it back to neutral zone, but the Moters will be there. At the blue line, they dump it back in. Mason will play, cross ice to Wiedenoff, off his stick and held in by the point man. Behind the net, Mason Day, pressured in the corner. Martsky there to help. Puck is in the feet. 3 minutes left in the third. Moters with it, wraparound on Vitale. Loose in front, still loose. Wiedenoff got a stick, and Winters chipped it out. Winters sprints after it as Moters gets control. At the blue line, removed from the puck, and Winters drives it back in. Has it taken off his stick. Puck pushed loose into the near side. Neutral zone. Moters turns and dumps it in deep. McAfee's there. Sends it to mid-ice to Pollock, who chips to Lopshire. Parker carries it in. Parker shot on goal. Saved. Loose. Lopshire with the rebound, and he buries the goal. Pollock with the puck, feeds it on the wall to Day, dumps it in deep. Down to a minute. Moters with it in their own end. Pass up to the near side. Gets through some skates. Icing waved off. Kuhn behind the net. Dropped it to McAfee. Held up there on the boards. Pushed through into the wall, McAfee. Pinched off, Moters sends it to the middle. Liam gets a stick. Day with it. Carries it ahead. Day takes it wide. Uses the legs. Gets around. Day wrap around off the post. Lobshire gets it. Pushed into the corner. Lobshire brings it up the wall. He'll stop. Liam with it now. Pass to Pollock on the doorstep. Tried to drive it in. Pollock carries to the middle to Lobshire. Pass deflected into the air. Pushed out to point. McAfee holds it in. Backhand goes in deep for Winters. And that one will go deep. 7 seconds on the clock. That should do it. Great win by the 2011 Bantam Minor team as they advance to semifinals. You know what? So be it. This is a 2011 age group tournament, so happy for them to represent Fox Motors at the Hometown Howie's Cup. As a broadcaster, I'm happy to see the teams out here playing. And of course, it ends in sportsmanship here. 5-2 the final. Bantam Minor team with the win. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy Mother's Day.